Hello and welcome back to PechPong. Today we're going to be doing another tournament review. Because of the overwhelmingly positive response on the last video, you guys really loved the video about the whole entire tournament review. I figured let's run it back and do it again. So this tournament took place in Stockholm, and the host club was Sporvagen. So like the last video, we're going to be going through each match, talking about what I did to try to do my best, and talk about each opponent. So let's get right into the video. Alright, so the first opponent I played, his name is Philip Daglett. I probably messed up his name, like I usually do. And he is from Norway. He plays for the club B72. He is a left-handed player. And actually, ironically, all the players I played in this tournament were left-handed players. So that's pretty rare for that to happen, but, you know, I guess it happened this time. Going into the match, I felt pretty nervous. I had a pretty good warm-up. And right as soon as we started, I was encountered with a lot of nerves, which comes sometimes, but yeah, so this time I had that, and the only thing I can really say I try to do mostly is just kind of play through it, stay really calm, go for the shots I normally do, and kind of hope that as the match continues, the nerves will kind of fade away, and that's exactly what kind of happened against him. Come around the second or third game, I was pretty much really focused and in the match. I would say he's a very traditional lefty player. He's doing the forehand pendulum serve, a lot of side spin serves, looking for you to kind of pop one up so you can take the advantage and make a good opening loop. And I think he was more of a balanced player. He wasn't running around too much with his forehand, although he could hit a lot of nice forehands. Against him, I really tried to work a lot of forehand. Get a lot of forehand openings. When I'm pretty nervous, I think getting my forehand in play is a really good bet because I'm very confident with my forehand. So in order to get those forehands into play, I was really mixing up my serves, whether it was like heavy backspin, a lot of no spins, maybe some reverse serves or backhand serves, and a lot of like kind of long serves, kind of to surprise him so that he kind of makes a surprise push. Then I can maybe turn around the corner and use my forehand opening. I think a really good shot to develop against left-handed players is kind of like a chop block with the backhand. A lot of times left-handed players serve like 80% to your short forehand and 20% to your long backhand, and sometimes you just get surprised and you're not able to make a nice full swing with your backhand. So kind of learning how to kind of chop block with your backhand, I think comes in handy. It's not like what I want to do or what players really want to do, but I do feel like it kind of shuts down the other person's opportunity to make a strong attack sometimes. So that's all I have to say for this match. I felt like he was a very nice traditional left-handed player, a lot of good serves, clean forehands and backhands, you know, kind of fun to play against in terms of rallies. So yeah. Alright, so this next player I played against, his name is Alexander Ormgard. He plays for the club BTK Safir, and again, he's another left-handed player. Against him, I felt like a lot of his serves were kind of drifting out a little bit medium-long, as well as he was serving kind of long a lot. And I felt like it was really kind of helping me because I was able to attack his serves a lot, and then I was able to get my offense into play right away. As far as the serves I did, I kind of did my usual. I mixed them up, some long surprise serves, trying to get that first opening by a surprise push, as well as kind of mixing up the short serves and looking for medium longs to attack. He was definitely a player that I felt like if I kind of stopped attacking or became a little bit passive, he could start playing really well with his offense. So I really made sure that I kept attacking. Even if I missed a few, I felt like it was important for me just to keep the offense going and keep the pressure on him, so that he never really felt like he was truly like in control of the game. A lot of times when you play opponents, I feel like if they are pretty good and they get a lead, sometimes they can kind of run away with the game because they become really comfortable. And I really felt like that kind of was me in this circumstance. I felt very comfortable and I felt like I could take more and more risk, and the shots were kind of landing, and a lot of times I feel like I play players and I know like if they get a little bit too far ahead, they're going to get really comfortable. So that's all I have to say about this match. We'll pick it up in the next one. Alright, so this next guy, his name is Ola Inda. He plays for Sporvagen, the home club that was hosting the tournament. And he is another lefty that I had to play against. And he was a very interesting player. And right away I noticed his racket selection was, I felt a little bit on the slower side. And I think one thing I've learned in the last year is that the racket selection, or kind of the equipment setup, really can determine how the match kind of feels as far as the tempo or pace of the game, and even the spin. So with him, I felt like he was able to really get a lot more wider angles because he had a slower setup, as well as his spin was a little bit more because of the slower setup, as well as a lot of times when he was making offensive strokes, I felt like the energy in the ball was a lot less than I was predicting, because I had just played against two players. They both played with, I think, offensive rackets, maybe outer carbons. And against him, a lot of times I felt like I missed shots because I wasn't used to the amount of speed that was on the shots being a little bit less. So that's definitely something that I think you have to be aware of and get used to very quickly, or take note of when you play matches, is that maybe you're not missing because you're bad, maybe you're missing because you're not used to the ball that they're giving you, because their equipment is different. And so yeah, he was a kind of more of a feel player, and he also had a very good defense. And I felt like against him, when I was able to get one really strong shot, I felt like the point was pretty much over. I felt like when I got my power into the ball, it usually overwhelmed him and he missed. So it was mainly about finding one or two strong shots. A lot of times I tried blocking, and I missed the blocks. I probably should have went for a few more counter loops, as I think I would have been a little bit more successful that way. So that's all I have to say about this match. Definitely a fun match to play, given that he had a bit more of a unique style, different kind of tempo of the game, as well as the ability to work better angles. So yeah, I could definitely see him giving other people a lot of trouble, given those reasons. But yeah, so let's take it into the next match, and I'll rejoin you then. Alright, so the next match, I was given a bye, so I had to play against one of the top-seeded players in the tournament. He is David Bjorkreed. I think I definitely messed that up again. So, definitely a high-level player. He's a left-handed player, and right when I saw the draws, a lot of people told me that he's winning a lot of points off of his serves and his forehand attack. And I could definitely confirm that that is the truth. When I played against him, he was looking a lot for forehands, and he was also had a very good set of serves. I felt like his serves were not only deceptive in terms of very quick hand movement, kind of mixing up how he touches the ball, as well as really good serve variations. A lot of serves that went really fast down the line, underspin, topspin, as well as some medium longs off the side of the table, like a typical lefty player sometimes does. Against him, my goal was to work a lot with my forehand, try to get a lot of forehand in play, as well as really mix up my placements. And I felt like for the first two games, I felt like he was trying to play a lot short, and he was kind of failing. I felt like I was able to get a lot of really good opening loops in, with a lot of spin as well as good placements, and I felt like I was really milking a lot of points out that way. So I was able to kind of sneak out a game or two there with that kind of strategy. Against him, because he was looking for forehand pretty much the whole table after his serve, which he should, because he has a very good forehand and a good serve, I really tried to mix up my placement. I've said this before against left-handed players who like to play forehand whole table. It's a really good strategy to play wide to either corner, as they are looking for forehand mainly in the backhand corner, and if you're not aware of that, it can get ugly really fast. So I tried to play a lot of times really wide to the forehand, maybe make a good block down the line to their backhand, as well as mixing up some nice placements deep into their backhand as well. Very rarely do I like to play to the middle of the table, because I feel like that's just kind of an easy ball. I would definitely say a big factor in this game was the fact that I had a lot of trouble with his serve. I feel like this is becoming a common trend here when I play against good players, is their serves. But I feel like that's for everyone. Dealing with high-level player serves is a thing. So I think I missed a little bit too many serves here and there, and I had trouble to read them, so I feel like that was really helping him, as it does with many players he plays against. I think early on in the match I was able to really find a lot of good blocks after he made good opening loops, and I think that kind of took him a little bit by surprise, as he kind of, when we got into the rally, I won a lot of good rallies off of making a good block and then kind of getting into a counter rally point. So definitely feel like I was able to surprise him in that. I think later on in the game he started getting a little bit better with his placements, started playing a little bit wider, and kind of being more aware of, instead of just blasting it kind of to the middle of the table and where I could block it. I also think that he started to play a little bit more long pushes with good quality, as the kind of short pushes that he was trying to make were kind of not working as well as he wanted them to. So he started kind of cutting long, maybe looking for a good block or a nice counter loop, and for the most part I felt like it was really working, because I lost my breadwinner with the medium long loops that I was winning all those points, and they became a little bit less predictable for me to win the points. And so I felt like that change of strategy definitely helped him kind of get a few more points off of my serves. That's kind of part of the fun of playing a match, is kind of how the match kind of evolves and you kind of figure out how to play against each other. So yeah, I'll let you finish the rest of the match.
Go! Go!
So yeah, it was a really good tournament. I feel like I had a lot of fun traveling all the way up to Stockholm and visiting the city, as well as kind of meeting new players up in that area. Normally I play a little more down south in Sweden, and it was just a great experience to play these tournaments. So that's all I have to say for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys in the next video.